All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our game this afternoon. We got your Belleville Bearcats playing against the Oshawa Lady Generals. We're just going to test some of our sound levels right now. Should be a great exhibition opportunity this afternoon with your Belleville Bearcats being a younger team. Apparently this Oshawa team has a lot of 2008s on their squad. Looking to build some momentum in the first year of their program. Don't think we have any music in the arena today, so we don't have any copyright issues. So we do have a roster sheet today. So looks like our starting lineup on left wing is going to be Norton, number 4. On right wing, Ibbotson, number 34. And starting center is going to be Musklow, number 12. Starting on defense is going to be Wisniewski, number 81. And Tarpe, number 88. Scanlon, your goaltender, number 1. Rounding out the rest of your lineup for your Belleville Bearcats. Foote, number 9. Spencer, number 17. Watts Horrocks, number 23. Lombardi, number 18. Ute, number 7. Cochran, number 37. Coulter, number 6. McGinnis, number 10. Walsh, number 16. And backup goalie today will be Leger, number 52, possibly going in for the second half of the game. Just waiting on the Bearcats to get rallied up here in the net. Oshawa's already at center ice, ready to go. Referees have checked the nets. And there you go. We are shooting through the mesh today, so a little bit of a blurrier image. And we're underway. Number 12, Musco, battles on the boards. Oshawa's going to pick that puck out. And the Bearcats are going to clear the zone, bring it to center ice. They've now entered the Oshawa zone. A little bit of momentum, bring it down into the corner. And Oshawa now looking to break out. Bearcats going to push that puck back into the Oshawa zone. And now Oshawa starts out through the neutral zone. They're going to gain the Bearcat zone. Nice little move, but they're stopped up there at the blue line. Oshawa's number 27 tries to bring it in. Nice chest-to-chest play there by the defense for Belleville, and they start their transition. Battle down in the corner. Oshawa's going to come out with it. They try to break out. That play's broken up. And that'll be blown down on the offside against Oshawa. Lots of play in the neutral zone to start this game as both teams so far defensively strong on the puck. Let's see if the Bearcats can get some offense going. Belleville cycles around the boards, up to the winger, and not out. Coulter now battles it down in the corner, plays that puck in behind the net. Picked up by her defense partner, brought around back into the corner. Oshawa with 3 on the puck down in the corner. Oshawa cycles it out. They put it out front, and that play's broken up across the net. And now the Bearcats will start it down the ice. They dump it into the zone and look to make a change. And Oshawa, on a quick break, they're able to go up 1-0 to start this game. So Oshawa on their first scoring opportunity, able to go 5-hole. Oshawa cycles back in their zone. They lose control of the puck. Now the Bearcats are going to take over. Oshawa plays it up the near side. That play's broken up. Oh, big hit there by the Oshawa player. No call. Physicality starting to ramp up. And Belleville shoots that puck down the length of the ice. They'll be called on the icing. Oshawa, they play it back to the point. That play's broken up. Belleville's going to chip it out of the zone. Oshawa now cycles it back. Down in the corner. Belleville gets it out of the zone. Oshawa's going to regroup the neutral zone. Quick pass up to the winger, and they're right back into the Belleville zone. Pass across in front of the net. That stop, but the rebound's going to get banged in. Oshawa dumps it down in the zone. Bearcats back behind the net for it. Play across, broken up by Coulter. Puck goes back behind the net. Now they're going to break out the near side. That puck's going to go all the way down the length of the ice, and they'll be called on the icing. Belleville with it on the far side. They play it up. Doesn't get out. They'll be called on the offside for Oshawa. Belleville gains the zone. Player squeezed out in the corner. There's a nice chip off the boards, and Belleville's going to get out to the blue line. Support comes in behind, grabs that loose puck. Pass across, just missed by the Bearcats. That shot sails just wide of the net. Oshawa now takes over. They're going to bring it out of their zone again. Get to the blue line. They're stopped up there by the Bearcats. Big collision. Again, physicality in this game. Referees are letting it go. Nice cross-ice pass by the Bearcats. Just bounces over the stick at 23. Watts Horrocks. Oshawa gains the zone. Two Bearcats press her up in the corner. And the Bearcats going to shoot that puck down the length of the ice once again. Oshawa wins the faceoff back. Comes around the boards to Coulter. She plays it up for the wing. Again, Oshawa's got 3 on that puck at all times down on those board battles. Coulter spins off, plays it up to the winger. That play's broken up. And that shot by Oshawa goes just wide of the net. Back to the point. They cycle down low. Nifty move to gain the set. And that shot goes just wide. Puck goes down the ice once again. And the face-off will come all the way back into the Bearcat zone. Just noticed that we lost access to our score clock. So we are at 7:41 of the first period. See if we can't get our connection back to our score bug and get that working again. And whistle blown as the net comes off. There's a fast break by Oshawa. And some good hustle there by the Bearcats to come back and break up that play. Battle down low. Again, some strong physical play here by Oshawa. Referees are letting it go, so see if the Bearcats can respond to this physical game. And there's a high, hard shot on that. That'll be handled by the Oshawa goalie. And we'll have our first penalty of the game. Looks like we've gotten a connection back with our scoreboard. Maybe? Yep. So we're at 5:14 in the first period, so we'll just let our clock run out. But that puck shot down the length of the ice by Oshawa, and they've got a forechecker right down there to get that puck once they're killing the penalty. But quick turnover. Belleville's going to gather that puck, bring it out to the neutral zone, and Oshawa's going to dump it right back in on them. Strong forecheck there by Oshawa, trying to break up that play at the blue line. But Belleville's going to get it down the length of the ice. There's a shot on net, goes just wide. Now Belleville able to set up, get a little bit of a cycle going. Loses the handle on the puck. Nice little move by the defender. She's going to step up, get that puck forward. They play that puck down into the corner. There's a hard slap shot on the net. Goalie just got a piece of it, steered it wide. Oshawa again with that fast break coming out of the zone. 5 seconds left in the power play here for the Belleville Bearcats. Opportunity to get a little bit of offense going, but Penalty now expired. See if Belleville can maintain that offensive pressure they were able to get going on the power play. Cycles out near the near side. Oshawa cuts that pass off. Puck pinned down in behind the net. That puck comes out loose, but that's going to be handled by the goalie. She's going to hang on and force a face-off with 2:51 to go in the first period. Oshawa wins face-off back to the point. There's a shot on net, and that's handled by the Bearcats goalie once again. Oshawa trying to cycle down low. Oshawa with a quick shot on net, and that's handled by the goalie once again. That glove of Scanlon coming up strong here at the end of the first period. Oshawa cycles that puck back to the point, and the Bearcats are going to steer that out of the zone. Lots of pressure by the Bearcats, so they force a turnover. There's a shot on net, and Oshawa goalie with the glove save. Oshawa sending that winger out long too, pushing the Bearcats defense back, but the Bearcats able to take this puck away. They don't have a wider angle to show it, but the Oshawa's always got that one forward, a little bit stretched out. And the Bearcats just chip it off the boards as they look to make a change. Oshawa dumps it down into the zone as some of their forwards now looking to make a change. Bearcats looking for that stretch pass, but broken up. And that'll do it for the first period. Give you a close-up look here. Your Bearcats as Coach Adam Walsh goes to work. Looks like Coach Walsh telling the girls to bring up that intensity. Bearcats cycle back. Nice pass up to the wing. And they hit the center coming into the zone. And that puck will just squirt out of the zone. Bearcats will have to backtrack. And that play blown down. As the puck goes into the Bearcats bench. Face off just outside the Bearcat zone. Short shifts here by both teams, given the opportunity. Bearcats gain the zone. They move it out wide. There's a shot on net. That's blocked in front. Bearcats with another good shot on net, and that's handled down by the Oshawa goalie. Two good scoring opportunities here to open the second period by your Bearcats. Belleville wins the face-off. Back to the point. Shot on net. That goes just wide. Bearcats trying to cycle down low. That play's broken up. And Oshawa able to chip that puck around the defender. And now battle for it down in the puck. We're down in the corner. Oshawa taking that long shot in from the point. Rebound available, but that's steered aside by Belleville. Play down in the far corner. Belleville tries to cycle behind their own net. Oshawa reads that play. And Scanlon holds on once again. Oshawa wins the faceoff, but they're not able to capitalize on it. Bearcats putting a little more pressure on the Oshawa players down in the offensive zone. Oshawa trying to cycle out of the corner with it. There's a backhand on that. Scanlon just gets a pad on it and steers that wide. Play across the crease, and that's going to come right out of the zone, forcing Oshawa to regroup. Ibbotson putting on the forechecking pressure, forcing Oshawa all the way back into their zone. Play broken up now. Oshawa starts their breakout on the near side. That's broken up. And now Oshawa is going to dump it down into the Bearcat zone. And they win the race to that puck. Oshawa trying to cycle out from behind. behind the net once again. That long lead pass for the Oshawa player again, but that was picked off by the Bearcats. They read that play coming across the ice. Oshawa dumps that down the length of the ice. Coulter cycles it around the far side. Oshawa shot on net. And the rebound, they're going to hammer that home. Scanlon makes the first glove save, but that loose puck picked up by the Oshawa player sitting on the doorstep. Now Belleville tries their own longer stretch pass, but that's broken up, and they put the puck into the Oshawa bench. That face-off will be back just outside the Oshawa zone. 10:09 to go in the second period. Play across the net. Bouncing puck. Oshawa just couldn't get a stick on it. And the net's off. And finally the linesperson will blow that down. So they noticed the net was off. Oshawa wins the face-off. Quick shot from the point, but that goes wide. Number 10, McGinnis, back behind the net for it. She gets knocked down off the puck, and I think we're going to have a penalty on the play. Well, he calls both, and so we'll have 5-on-5 hockey with McGinnis and the Oshawa player both going to the penalty box. Coincidental minors on the play. There's a shot from the point. Loose puck in front. Belleville's now going to take over. She's tripped up behind the net. And Belleville shoots that puck down the length of the ice. Face off just to the left of Scanlon. Belleville moves that puck around the far side. Chipped off the boards and out. No icing. There's a fast break. Oshawa gets a shot on net. And Scanlon gets a piece of it, puts it over top. Battle for it on the near side. Belleville moves it up the far side. They chip it off the boards, down into the zone, but they will be called on the icing, as they were just a couple of feet short of the blue line. Sorry, the center red line. Oshawa again, starting to cycle that puck. That play's broken up by Belleville. Now they move it up the near side. Oshawa wins that race to the puck, so they're going to gain control of it. They just lose the handle on it and have to come back into the neutral zone. It's number 91's got a lot of speed. She plays it across. Quick shot on net. Scanlon steers out of side. Wrap around in front of the net. Scanlon comes over, gets a pad on it. Cycle back to the defense. They get a shot. That's blocked. And now the Bearcats will take over and start moving it up. They flip it down into the Oshawa zone as they look to change. And that was a wholesale line change, so that shot on net goes just over the net. Puck comes out front. Oshawa's going to win the race to that. And they'll start it out the near side. Oshawa dumps it in, cycles it around. They win the race to that puck again. Belleville chips that down the length of the ice. No icing on the play. And Oshawa goalie is going to come out and hang on and force the faceoff. Three 0 here in the second period for the Lady Gens. Belleville seems to have settled down a little more in the second period, getting a few more opportunities and controlling the puck a little better. They win that faceoff. They get it back to the point. There's a shot on net, goes just off the side of the net. Try to cycle it around. That Oshawa's going to chip that off the boards and out. Some good back checking there by the Bearcats. And they're able to hustle back and break up this play. Oshawa still trying to set up. They take over possession, kick it up the boards. Bearcats just try to chip that high and hard off the glass, but that's broken up by the Oshawa defense. Chipped over to the far side. Nice play by Walsh to get a stick on that off Winger coming in on the right-hand side. And just took her stick away. Oshawa breaks it out the near side. In the neutral zone. And a good back check there by Watts. Sorry, folks. We're close to the ice here, so the view isn't. We can't get it zoomed out quite far enough to give you a full ice picture, but. Belleville doing a nice job now breaking up these plays as Oshawa tries to come into the zone and set up. And that'll be blown down on the offside. 2:21 to go in the second period. Face off just outside the Bearcat zone. Face off won by Belleville. They cycle it over. Coulter pushes that up to the winger. And there's a shot on net. And the Oshawa goalie forced to hang on. Good scoring opportunity there by Belleville. Oshawa controls the face-off. They're going to take it back behind their net. They're going to try to break out the near side. Coulter goes back behind the net. Chips it off the boards to the near side. Gets it to the winger. Winger looking for the winger on the far side. And just bounces over the stick. Coulter pins her player up against the boards. Belleville with a much better job of boxing these Oshawa General players out. Oshawa now unable to get set up in the zone. They're trying to come into the zone and get set up, and Belleville's doing a much better job of boxing these Oshawa players out. But there's a fast break by Oshawa. They get a little breakaway, and Scanlon with a great save. Loses her stick on the play, but she made the save. Here's Oshawa. Here's that number 91 again. Tarpe does a nice job forcing 91 to the outside. There's a quick shot in front. Net's knocked off again. And that'll be blown down with the net being knocked off. Taken off by Oshawa, so the face-off should come outside the Bearcat zone. Referee does signal outside. Quick break by Oshawa right off the faceoff. Trying to gain the Bearcat zone. Again, Oshawa, 3 players down low on that puck in the Bearcat zone. They're really focused on puck possession. Quick play down. Bearcats unable to get that puck out in front of the net. There's a pass out front. They move it back to the point. There's a quick shot on net. Oshawa goalie with a pad save. Oshawa cycling down low. And that'll do it for the second period. We will get set up here. They're going to have a quick intermission. And we will see you back in the third period. See you after the I think they are looking for a part-time with a backfill because they need more contact. Yeah, just give them mine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the third period. 3-0 for Oshawa over your Belleville Bearcats. Battle of the 401 red, white, and blue teams. And a little switch up. I know we're not streaming, but when we do start streaming for those at home, little switch up this year. Home teams in the OWHA are going to wear their dark jerseys. And it looks like we've lost our internet connection to our score bug once again. So good thing we're not streaming, because we would have lost that stream feed. Not the best internet here in Trenton. Bearcats get that puck down low. Oshawa's going to take over and move it out to the neutral zone. They go cross ice, gain the Bearcat zone. Quick, fast break. Puck out to the neutral zone. Oshawa's going to hammer that back in. .13:54 to go here in the third period. So just giving you a little shot of the score clock so you can see the time. So again, the internet has dropped here in Trenton again. Now we're back online with the internet. Bearcats cycle down low, go behind the net. Oshawa plays that puck out front. And Oshawa's going to put that one home. That goal coming at the 13:27 mark of the third period. Oshawa seems to come out with a little more legs in the first period and the third period. So that rest maybe gives Oshawa what they need. Cross ice pass, that's going to go all the way down the length of the ice. That will get blown down on the icing at 13:08. So we'll just let our game clock catch up here. Face off down in the Oshawa zone. See if the Bearcats can't win this face off and get some offense going. Oshawa wins the draw. Pull it back behind the net. They thought they were going to move it up to the winger, but that lane got cut off. Defense here, reading the pressure coming from the Bearcats. Again, plays it down off the far side. Pressure by Oshawa. They just seem to win those foot races to the puck and wear the Bearcats down. Play across front of the net. Coulter gets a stick on it, steers that wide. And Bearcats chip that out of the zone. Down the length of the ice, no icing. Oshawa going to try to break that out the near side. That's going to sail past. Coulter's going to pick it up. She plays it across the middle. And the Bearcats dump that in as they're looking to make a change. Oshawa unable to get their fast break going. Turn it over. Pass across to the far side, just out of the reach. And a 9-foot down in the corner, tries to come out with it. Spencer. So Foot, Spencer, and Watts on a line together still. Number 91 comes in the zone. Battle for it along the far boards. Oshawa comes out with it, tries to make a quick pass out front. That play's broken up. Number 91, she cycles it back to the point. There's a shot from the point. That's blocked. Played around to the near side. Oshawa's defense drops down, keeps it in. Bearcats now played around the boards to the far side. And that's going to just trickle out of the zone and give the Bearcats an opportunity to make a change. Oshawa not capitalizing on the line changes by Belleville and not using the fast break. They still do gain the zone. Trying to get a shot on net. Belleville's going to break that up. Puck down the length of the ice, no icing. There's a better foot race for the puck as both Belleville and Oshawa get to it at the same time. Those two players battle along the boards. Belleville comes out with it. There's a pass out front. Bounces off a foot. Unable to get that shot on the net. Oshawa now gains the zone. And 3 Bearcats players on her and able to break up that play. And Scanlon's going to hang on. .12:08 to go in the third period. 4-0 hockey game. Face off one by Oshawa. Quick shot. That goes off into the corner. Puck gets to the line, but not out. There's a shot on net. And Scanlon's going to hang on once again. 9:32 to go in the third period. Oshawa trying to slow the play down, gets the shot on net. Scanlon steers that off into the corner. Belleville now, the 2-on-1, they get it out into the center and can't get that shot off. She's going to go hard into the end boards. Nice play by Belleville, just couldn't get a stick on it. Play down in the far corner, Oshawa gets it into the middle. And Belleville shoots that down the length of the ice. Still a little bit of panic on the puck by the Belleville Bearcats. It'll come with time, just getting used to the speed of the game. Oshawa again trying to set up that cycle and work it down low in the corner. 2 in the corner that time. They come out with it. 1 high in the slot, just missed it. Comes back to the point. There's a shot straight on, and Scanlon's going to hang on once again. Face off one by Oshawa, back to the point. Bearcats dump that down in the zone. And the player just crunched into the boards. Referee's got a delayed penalty on the call. And the Bearcats will go to the power play. Oshawa dumps that puck down the length of the ice. Foot race for it. Oshawa's going to win that foot race. And they're going to control the puck here along the boards, try to tie up the puck and eat as much time off the clock. Bearcats pick up possession. It's down the length of the ice, but it was off the Oshawa foot, so no icing. And Oshawa now just dumps it back down the length of the ice. Belleville tries to carry it down the length of the ice herself. And now going to be a 5-on-3. So we will reset. We only have 1 penalty clock, so we'll reset our penalty clock to the longest one. But for a minute 18, it'll be a 5-on-3 power play for Belleville. Coulter's going to pop down to take that puck. She's going to try to work it into the middle. She gets knocked off the puck, and Oshawa dumps that down the length of the ice. And Oshawa now getting another call, so we're going to have an extra long delay here. So we'll reset that one because now Oshawa can't come out of the penalty box until the second penalty expires. Puck comes back. Oshawa going to shoot it down the length of the ice. Belleville works it out wide. They dump it down into the zone. And the Oshawa goalie going to hang on. There's a scramble outside the net. Nice shot on net. Rebound. Oshawa jumps on the rebound, and they'll clear it out of the zone. Belleville works that puck out wide. They get it back into the Oshawa zone. Bearcats really need a goal on this power play here to boost the spirits. And Oshawa plays that high hard off the glass. All the way back down. Scanlon out for it behind the net. She stops it up for the D. Defense getting set up on the far side. 2-on-1. There's a pass across. Another pass across. That's loose in front. And the Oshawa goalie didn't know where that puck was. And her defense able to just clear that puck away for her. Short side shot on net. Two on the clock, 3 on the ice. Belleville cycles that across the blue line. There's a shot from the point. Loose puck, but the Oshawa goalie jumps on that rebound. 5 seconds left in the 5-on-3 power play. And there'll be an Oshawa player coming out of the box from behind these Bearcat players. So we'll keep an eye on that. Shot on net. There's a rebound. Scramble side of the net. There's the Oshawa player out of the box. Now we're 5-on-4 for 1:13. Battle down low. Oshawa trying to tie this puck up. And they're trying to kill off all 3 penalties. Lots of physicality again. Belleville cycles that out of the corner, tries to go across in front. Awkward bounce off the glass. Oshawa's going to gather that puck up. Still 30 seconds left to go in the 5-on-4. Belleville with a head of steam. Stops short, leaves it behind. Pass across, open player on the far side. And that shot steered aside by the Oshawa goalie. Belleville throwing everything they got at this. Oshawa going to play it high hard off the glass. Colts are already back for it. Icing on the play. So faceoff's going to come back. Faceoff coming to center ice as there was still a player in the box for Oshawa as they fired that puck down the length of the ice. Penalty was just expiring as the shot took place. Belleville cycles it across. Oshawa now gains the zone. Pass across the high slot. There's a shot, goes just wide. Battle down in the corner. Oshawa cycles it back to the point, throws it down into the corner. Belleville now gets a shot down on net. That's steered aside by the Oshawa goalie. Puck goes into the side of the net. Battle for it behind the net. Oshawa now sends their second player in. Belleville sends their second player in. Belleville's going to come out with it. They cycle it back to the point. And that play's broken up by Oshawa and steered out to the neutral zone. Oshawa is going to fire that puck all the way around the boards. And that'll get blown down on the icing. With 1:50 to go in the third period. Scanlon steers that one aside. Belleville chips it off the boards, doesn't get out. Delayed offside for Oshawa gives Belleville a little bit of time to regroup. They just played off the boards and out. Picked up in the neutral zone. We got a 2-on-1 coming the other way. There's a big slap shot on net. That's steered aside by the Oshawa goalie. Oshawa now brings it out to the neutral zone. They just flip it down the length of the ice. Belleville, again, just chips it off the boards and out. Face-off won by the Bearcats. Back to the point. Coulter with a shot. That goes off the shoulder of her player. And the puck down into the corner. Coulter snaps that off the pads of the Oshawa player. Cycle it back to the point again. Coulter just couldn't get the release off in time. And that'll do it. Another 4-1 game. Okay, folks, we will see you next week when your Belleville Bearcats play the Peterborough Ice Cats. Thanks for tuning in.